Hey guys, this is Salman and welcome to your channel Mech Time. As you can see, today I'm gonna take the problems on a closed string. So as this comes under the DME2 first module first chapter, that is curved beam. Before this, you need to know what are the derivation different, like how is the procedure to solve the problem. I have made a separate video on this, so please go in my channel and check that video too. And please be prepared with the procedure, because in the design of machine element the procedures carries marks. If your procedure is good, you'll get a good marks because your answer will be also good. Okay, so without wasting time, let's go. As you can see, the first problem on a closed string is determine the stresses induced in a closed string in a circular ring of a circular cross section of 25 mm diameter subjected to a tensile load of 6500 Newton, that is 6500 Newton. The inner diameter of the ring is 60. As they have told, this is the circular ring, okay, which having a circular cross sections. How much it is? That is 25 mm diameter. You need to draw because they have not given any figure in the question. You need to draw by yourself. Then this, you can see this is the closed ring. The inner, the circular cross section is 25 mm diameter, which is subjected to a tensile load. You can see a tensile load on the both side. Okay, if it is if it is in this way, then it is a compressive load. Okay, now it is in the tensile load, so they have told the tensile load of 6500 Newton. The inner diameter of the ring is 60 mm. So they have told the inner. You can see this is the inner diameter, outer diameter of the ring. Okay, and this is the cross section, circular cross section they have given here. Okay, the first step in this is, once you draw this, how they have given is, then you need to redraw the section. This is our section, so you need to redraw this section. Okay, so first you have to draw this section. Then you have to take a center line that we used to call as a centroidal axis. Okay, of centroidal axis, and NA is nothing but a neutral axis. Okay, centroidal axis and neutral axis. Now the distance between the centroidal axis and a neutral axis is our E. Okay, so the distance between the centroidal axis and the neutral axis is our E, as you can see here. Okay, then everything I am not gonna tell here because you can check my last videos. Okay, so once I have redrawn the section. Now we'll move to solve the problem. First we need to solve, as always, what is the inner radius. So inner radius, you can see the inner radius, how much inner radius is. If the diameter, okay, so the inner radius is Ri, that is 60 by 2. If the diameter is 60, we need to find the inner radius, this. Okay, so the inner radius is 60 by 2 is equals to 30 mm. Now outer radius, so you can see here inner radius Ri is equals to 30. Okay, now outer radius Ro, outer radius is nothing but 30 plus 25, that is 55 mm. What is outer radius Ro? You can see here, from here till here, this is our inner radius from the center line of curvature, and from center line curvature to the this position, this is our outer radius, that is Ro. You can see here. Okay, so this was 30, till here it was 30, plus the whole dimension of this is, that is 25, so that total is 55 mm. Okay, now radius of centroidal axis, is nothing but 30 plus 25 by 2, that is 42.5 mm. Okay, it is also known as that R. Okay, you can indicate this term in term of R, capital R. Okay, now radius of a neutral axis Rn. So I'll tell you this first. Radius of central axis RC, you can see here radius of a centroidal axis RC, that is Ri, okay, Ri, and this position divided by 2, because total is 25, divided by 2 is nothing but this position, okay, this position. So Ri plus 25 divided by 2, you will get Rc, that is 42.5 mm, and I told you can indicate also in terms of capital R, okay. Now radius of a neutral axis Rn, radius of neutral axis is nothing but square root of Ro plus Ri whole square divided by 4. You need to remember the radius of a neutral axis for different section. There are different neutral axis. You will get in the data handbook, okay. So I'll put the values. My Ro is nothing but 55 plus Ri is nothing but 30 whole square divided by 4. I'll get Rn as 41.56 mm, okay. Now distance from the neutral axis to centroidal axis, that is ERC minus Rn. So distance from the neutral axis, this is neutral axis to centroidal axis, that is RC minus Rn. You can see here RC and here Rn, okay. So you will get this distance. So you have got the value of RC and you have also got the value of Rn. So substitute. RC is our, I'll write here, E is equals to 42.5 minus 41.56. I'll get as 0.94 mm, okay. Now distance of inner radius from neutral axis, that is C1. So distance from inner radius you can see here, this is inner radius, this is the outer radius. So distance from inner radius to centroidal axis we have told, neutral axis. So you can see a neutral axis over here, distance from the neutral axis, that is C, this is not C1, this is Ci, okay, I've got confused. So distance of inner radius from neutral axis, that is Ci. So Ci you can see here, inner radius to neutral axis Ci, okay, that is not C1, inner radius to neutral axis. So that is our, where I was, I'll write here, Ci is equals to Rn minus Ri. Why I wrote Rn minus Ri, you can see here. So Ci is nothing but distance from this to this. So Rn, okay, minus Ri, this, okay. So you will get this value, okay, Rn minus Ri. So substitute the values. Rn is nothing but 41.56 minus 30 is equals to 11.56 mm. Now similarly you need to find the outer radius from the neutral axis, that is CO. So CO here, okay, CO is nothing but distance from the outer radius from a neutral axis. So outer radius to the neutral axis, okay. So what is it, is Ro minus Rn, this is Ro minus Rn, okay. So this is the total distance. If you minus Rn, you will get the value of CO, that is distance from the outer radius, distance of outer radius from neutral axis, okay. Now if you substitute that, CO is equal to, Ro value is 55 minus 41.56, will get value as 13.44 mm. Okay, as in the procedure I have told that after taking this all, after getting the value of this, you need to find the direct stress. For the section you have two sections, you can see here, the section A to A and section B to B. So for different section you need to find the direct stress, then you need to go to the bending moment, and at last you need to find the maximum stress at inner and outer, okay. So as you can see, now we need to know what is the direct stress, okay, for the theta with the vertical and theta with the horizontal. I have told that where to search that theta, where like it is there in the closed string derivation where I have solved in the last video. You can just go and check it how this f sine theta by 2a comes. Okay, so direct stress at any cross section at angle theta with vertical, that is sigma d is equals to f sine theta by 2a. And if the direct stress at any cross section at angle theta with a horizontal comes, means sigma d is equals to f cos theta by 2a. Okay, with horizontal it will come sigma d is equals to f cos theta by 2a, as I told. Okay, and for a vertical it will be f sin theta by 2a. That will be for section A to A and section B to B. Similarly, we need to find for section A to A and section B to B. At last, we need to know the maximum stresses at inner fiber and maximum stresses at outer fiber. Okay, so at a section A to A, theta is equals to 0. As all I have told everything that for the section A, theta is equals to 0 with vertical. It's there in the data handbook. As I am referring the data handbook, which is by K. Mahadevan and K. Ballavira Reddy. Okay, I don't know on which page number you people have, but if you go in the index, if you see the curved beams in this book, it is on page number 159. Okay, now you can see here, as I told here, at a section A to A, theta is equals to 0 with respect to vertical. Okay, so with respect to vertical, at theta is equals to 0, it's there on this side. Okay, you can see here maximum moment for a circular ring at the point of application of the load, that is when theta is equals to 0. So which value you need to take? That is, for this is for tension. Okay, and this is for compression. So tension and compression. Okay, so here you can see where I was. So if you take for this that theta is equals to 0, okay, first you need to take theta is equals to 0, then we will move to the for section B to B, theta is equal to will be 90 degree. For A to A it will be 0 degree. Okay, now if you put the value of theta, you will get the answer as 0. Okay, f into sine whatever the value is, you'll get the value 0 because theta is equals to 0 degree. If anything divided by 0, it will be also 0. Okay, now bending moment, it's there in the data handbook. Okay, for theta is equals to 0. Okay, here you can see m max 0.318 fr. Okay, m max, it's the equation data handbook page number 160 and equation number 10.5. Okay, 10.5. Now helps as it is plus 0.318 fr. Okay, f is nothing but the force and r is nothing but the radius, that will be also called as capital R. Okay, okay, now r is nothing but a RC. Okay, that is radius of a centroidal axis. Therefore NB is equals to 0.318. Okay, into F is nothing but, in the question they have given 6500 Newton, so into R value, that is capital R, or as R is equals to small rc, that radius of a centroidal axis, that is 4.42.5. okay, you will get the value as 87847.5 Newton mm. Okay, so this will be positive because it is a tensile. Okay, now this couple produces compressive stress at the inner fiber and tensile stress at the outer fiber. So for the section A, it will produce compressive stress at the inner fiber and tensile at the outer fiber. So the you have to remember, this will be our compressive means negative, and this will be our tensile means positive. So the sigma maximum stress at the inner fiber, that is sigma RIA, that means section 1A it is. Okay, similarly for inner radius and outer radius for section A. Okay, now direct stress minus bending stress, how much you got? Direct stress is nothing but, for this is 0 we got, minus 87847.5 into 11 point into 11.5 11.56, okay, divided by 490.874 into 0.94 into 30, okay, is equals to, this is nothing but MB. I'll tell you, MBA is nothing but, MBA is equals to, bending stress is nothing but MBA CI by AE RI. I have not told about this because in the last videos you can check it, what is the formula for bending stress at inner fiber and what is the formula. Similarly for outer you need to just add OO, okay. So MBACO by AERO, okay. Now you'll get the value as, minus 73.36, that is Newton per mm square. This is for compression. Similarly here sigma d is nothing but 0 plus, as I told, MB CO AERO, that is bending stress. So that is 87847.5 into 13.44 divided by 490.874 into 0.94 into 55. So you'll get the value as plus 46.52 Newton per mm square, okay. This is for tensile. Now we have did for the section A to A. We have did for the section A to A. Similarly, same procedure we need to do for section B to B. So what will be the direct stress for theta is equals to, at section BB is equals to, theta is equals to 90 degree with respect to the vertical, okay. Then sigma d, that is 6500 of sine 90 degree divided by 2 into 490.875. This you'll get 6.621 Newton per mm square for tensile, okay. This is also for tensile, this side, okay. Now bending moment we need to find. Bending moment is minus 0.182 Fr. So similarly, if you substitute all the value, minus 0.182 R into F is 6500, okay, into R, capital R we got as 42.5. so you'll get the answer, okay, of MBB. So it is there in the data handbook. I'll tell you, it's there in the data handbook. This answer is minus 50277.5 Newton mm. So the same is, you can see a 90, another maximum moment, it's there in the page number 161, okay. It is theta is equals to 90 degree. When theta is equals to 90 degree, it will be minus 0.182 Fr. So minus 0.182 Fr I have taken. It's there in the page number 161, equation number 10.6 we can write, okay. Once you get this value, same substitute the values, okay. So here they have told these couples produce first tensile for inner and compressive for outer. There it was compressive for inner and tensile for outer, okay. So for the section B, tensile is for inner and compressive is for outer. So direct stress we got as 6.621. Similarly, same bending moment is nothing but MBBCI by AERI. This is for inner, and similarly for outer, CO and RO, okay. So I'll write the value 50277.5 into 1111.56 whole divided by 490.874 into 0.94 into 30. We'll get this value as 48.6 Newton per mm square. This is for tensile, and I'll write the direct value for this. We'll get as minus 20 Newton per mm square. This is for compression. Guys, only you need to know the procedure, then you can solve any type of problem. So please share this with you videos with your friends and help them to clarify their doubts. And if you have any doubts, please drop your message in the inbox. Okay, so I'll clarify your doubt, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Have a good